Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Amy, and today we're in the Commonwealth, and we're about to have a slice of the most jaw-dropping confection ever. Now, I have no idea what sort of industrial preservatives were in this thing, or whether those portadiners were actually a better survival option than the Pulowski preservation shelters, but this perfectly preserved pie tastes even better than it looks, and that's saying something. We're making a real world version of this one, and it's now going to be a staple in my house because this is probably one of the best cheesecakes I've ever had. So let's get cooking. We're starting with the strawberry fruit topping. We need 2 pounds of strawberries, and we need to hull them, which is a quick way of saying cut off the tops and core out the middle of the berries. When all the berries are hulled and washed thoroughly, put them in a blender and blend them up until they become a nice smooth puree. Now over to the stove, and we need to pour the strawberry puree through a mesh strainer into a medium saucepan. You'll need to work the strawberry puree and pulp through the strainer and then scrape the bottom. We want all that lovely puree in the pot to make our sauce. We just don't want any of the seeds, or as few seeds as possible. You may need to do this in a couple of batches if you don't have a gigantic strainer. Add 1 cinnamon stick to the pan and bring this to a boil over medium-high heat. When the puree is boiling, turn the heat down to low, add a half cup of sugar, a tablespoon of vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt. We're going to simmer this, stirring pretty often for about 10 minutes. While that simmers, make a cornstarch slurry by whisking together 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 3 tablespoons of cold water in a small bowl. When the puree is simmered for 10 full minutes, remove the cinnamon stick from the pan and pour in that slurry. Now stir this continuously for about a minute or so until it starts to thicken. And you'll be able to see it. The topping will get noticeably thicker pretty quick. Pull it off the heat and allow it to cool down to room temperature. Then pour that room temperature topping into a container like a mason jar or some Tupperware and refrigerate this for at least 2 hours. Overnight is better though, because this needs to get cold to fully set. With our strawberry topping in the fridge, let's get working on the pie part of the perfectly preserved pie. Preheat the oven to 275 and make sure the rack is in the middle. Now we head over to the stand mixer, and we're starting off with 16 ounces of softened cream cheese, or 2 blocks of it. Using the whisk attachment, whip that cream cheese up until it's light and fluffy. You may need to scrape down the bowl as you need to. The cream cheese tends to want to climb the sides. When the cheese is nice and smooth, add 3/4 of a cup of sugar and then just keep mixing. Add 3 eggs, but add them one at a time and keep mixing in between each egg. Add in a pinch of salt, just a pinch, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, a half cup of sour cream, a tablespoon of vanilla extract, and a 1/4 cup of heavy cream, which I almost missed. Oops. Mix this together well so everything is fully incorporated and you don't have any clumps of anything, because we want this to be silky smooth. Okay, now let's get our pan ready. We need a 9-inch springform pan. Butter this pan all over the bottom and the sides because this is a crustless cheesecake. It's going to stick to everything it touches as it cooks if the pan isn't really well greased. Then wrap the bottom of the pan really well with foil. The purpose here is to prevent water from getting into the pan to mix with the cheesecake mixture, so we need to make sure that that pan is really well covered with the sides up to about halfway. Now pour all that excellent cheesecake batter into the pan, like every little bit of it, because you really don't want to miss out on 1 drop of that cheesecake. Tap this on the counter a few times, like really jiggle it around a little bit, just to try and get out any air bubbles if you can. Put the cheesecake into a large pan, like a roaster that has really high sides. Pour hot water into the roaster pan until it comes up about halfway on the springform pan, but below that foil level. Bake this at 275 for 1 hour. Then turn off the oven, but keep the pan in the oven for another hour. The cheesecake will finish cooking and it should set without cracking on the top. At the end of the 2nd hour, pull everything very carefully out of the oven and remove the cheesecake from the roaster pan. Remove the foil then and let the cake cool completely. Once the cake is cooled to room temperature, pop it in the fridge and chill it for at least 4 hours, but like the sauce, overnight is going to be better. It's the next day, and we're gonna make some quick whip toppings so we have that adorable little swirl on top. In the stand mixer with the whisk attachment, add 1 cup of heavy cream, a half cup of powdered sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Whip this until stiff peaks form, which shouldn't take more than a couple of minutes. But as soon as the cream gets billowy and the peaks form, stop mixing because we don't want it to separate and become grainy vanilla flavored buttermilk. All right, time to plate up this perfectly preserved pie. First, gently remove the springform side section of the pan. You may need to run a knife around the sides if your cheesecake is sticking at all, but this one isn't having any issues, which is awesome. Look at that beautiful cheesecake. It's set perfectly and no cracks on top. Cut out a good sized slice, because can you really have a slice of cheesecake that's too big? Drizzle that amazing strawberry and cinnamon fruit topping so it's running down the sides of the slice, and top this all off with a little whipped cream swirl, just like in the game. And there we have it, the perfectly preserved pie. The one food that endured the nuclear apocalypse and stayed just as tasty and beautiful 200 years later as it was on the day it was made. It's gorgeous, and it's probably the best cheesecake I've ever had. I was really amazed at how absolutely delicious this was. If you ever make one thing from the Fallout world, this is the one. It's creamy, tangy, the strawberry topping is ridiculously good. Yeah, this is my only cheesecake recipe now, and it's from a video game. Oh, and if you have strawberry sauce left, it makes an epic ice cream topping too, just letting you know. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like and subscribe, maybe leave me a comment. If you're a Fallout fan, what food item is the one you're always looking for and you just can't get enough of? I'm a Fallout hoarder. I collect pretty much everything that's not bolted down. Stay tuned next week for more Fallout recipes, because next week is all about hydration and caps. And don't miss out on Sundays for cozy home-cooked meals and desserts. I hope you have a fabulous week, and I'll see you next Wednesday with some Nuka-Cola. Bye!